That's the Florida Turnpike right there. Could go southbound, could go northbound, like all this traffic that's heading to work early in the morning. What a mess the traffic is in Miami. Anyway, I thought I would make this video so that people across the nation could take a drive through Miami with me and hear the ultimate words of truth and wisdom. There are two people running to become the President of the United States of America. One, Hillary Clinton, is a career politician who has lived her entire life off of taxpayer dollars and bribes and payoffs and corruption and making millions of dollars as a politician, using her position, supposed to be a servant of the people, supposed to be working on behalf, and hides behind a variety of fronts to make it appear as if, she's doing things for the people and children and women. Basically, those are just little fronts while she builds her little empire as a politician. We know that her corrupt husband, Bill Clinton, had sex with his intern in the White House, totally disgracing the office of the presidency, an outright disgrace. Lost his license to do law, just a disgraceful individual. 4 women who have publicly indicated that he raped and or sexually assaulted them. And his wife, all the while, was certainly aware of it and pretty much scorned those women, shamed them, threatened them, spoke against them. She was on the side of the rapist and the violator, her husband not on the side of the women who were violated. This is a woman who, just the mere fact that she, after receiving a congressional subpoena while under investigation, deleted 33,000 emails, classified emails on her private server, which was a violation of law to begin with. And then she deletes, after receiving a congressional subpoena, 33,000 emails, bleaches her computers to hide things, and smashes phones with a camera. That is a filthy wench. Absolutely she should not even be allowed to run for the presidency. But here's the problem. The whole system is corrupt. This election truly is we the people being represented by Donald Trump against the entire corrupt establishment, which includes all the career politicians who are bums who would otherwise be on the street. So they, rather than being on the street with a sign that says need food or give me money or please help, they get into public office. They use their little temporary position of maybe getting a college degree and really not wanting to work for a living, so they get into public office where they can just live off of taxpayer dollars and get into the corruption of bribes and payoffs. Absolute disgrace, absolute disgusting, pathetic reality politics. And the corruption is widespread and obvious. And Hillary Clinton is just the epitome of that, So there's one choice for president that shouldn't even legally be allowed to be a choice for president. And then we have the other, Donald J. Trump, who frankly is just a man who happens to be pretty much like anybody else. He's a human being, been married a couple times like a lot of human beings. He's smart. He's successful, became successful in real estate over the years. This is a man who goes back, I remember in the 80s, seeing him on Oprah and seeing him on the news and 2020 and, MSNBC doing specials on him. Donald Trump, the billionaire, flying around in his helicopter because he made, real estate deals and, like so many people strive to do. I've had friends over the years that got into real estate and they hoped to be successful. Well, here's a man who was very successful and became a multi-billionaire, had many successful companies, employed thousands of people, tens of thousands, raised incredible children. Even Hillary Clinton herself said that she praises Donald Trump's excellent children. And newsflash, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So the simple fact of the matter is, here's a man who's running. This is a multi-billionaire who could be laying out on beaches in Tahiti and just enjoying the rest of his life. And he's literally putting his life on the line to fight against the corruption that exists in politics, the corruption that exists in the media. Let's face it, people. The United States of America is just going down the cesspool drain with all the perversion that Hollywood and television producers spew out into society, disturbing and destroying and adversely affecting the minds of our young, impressionable, malleable, developing young children. So it's just a disgrace what's going on in this nation of ours. And Donald Trump, who's grateful for the opportunities he's been given, has made a stand to go after it. And as a result, he's had to call out all of the corruption and all those that are part of it. Any and all Republican career politicians who are against him because he's a threat to their niche, to their corruption. He's going to expose them. Many of them know they'll end up in prison when he becomes the president. Many of them will. This is like the second coming of Jesus, folks, in many ways. Isn't it funny? We all wondered about 2012, Mayan calendar, and what's going to happen in 2012. Well, 2012 was the second last opportunity for Barack Obama to be president again. So essentially, it's as if the Creator has said, let's let this corrupt. Let's face it, folks. There was a video of a man, I don't remember his name. Many people have seen it on YouTube. The man who came right out and said that he was in a limousine when Barack Obama was a senator, and Barack Obama was doing cocaine with him, and Barack Obama was literally having oral sex with the guy. That this guy outright came out and admitted that he was having oral sex with Obama. Obama's just another dog in politics, just another individual who, because he went to college and got his little degree and became an attorney and a community developer, started getting all egotistic and egocentric and running communities and wanting to be a big shot, and then mingling around with other people in the world who were corrupt. All the names, all the names of the people that Obama associated with. I don't even remember their names. I don't care to. Just a bunch of, communist, socialist, enemy within, domestic terrorists. I don't even remember the guy's name, Ailes or some stupid name. I don't even like remembering their names. I don't like thinking about them. But the fact that Obama was affiliated with all these dirtbag people, and it was all corrupt politics in Chicago. He's a Chicago thug. He comes from the Chicago thugism, Obama. So that whole little thugism organization in Chicago that runs politics had Obama be their man. He was and is a corrupt criminal politician himself. And look what a disaster he has been over the last 8 years. This is a guy that's pushing for the Islamic Muslim religio-political system to come into the United States of America big time. This is a guy who has pushed for all the gay rights and gay marriage. Our Supreme Court made a big mistake, basically spit in the faces of the hundreds of millions of religious people. The Supreme Court literally spit in their faces. The people who do believe that marriage is a sacred act ordained by God for a man and a woman to unite and bond and create children and have a family. And the Supreme Court went in all of their faces and said, screw you, marriage is for a man and a man, a woman and a woman. When they could have said, well, the real issue here, the real concern are civil rights and, the fact that two people want to live together and they want to have the same rights with insurance and benefits and, they want to be able to have, the same kind of legal rights. They could have solved it by saying, okay, we'll give them civil unions, call it semantics, but nonetheless, it would have been a way to say, look, all you LGBT community, there are hundreds of millions of people who believe and God, who believe in the Creator, who believe in marriage as being a sacred union between a man and a woman. And let's face it, the only natural way life can come into the world is for a man and a woman to engage in sexual activities, the fun of it, the thrill of it, the beauty of it, the magnificence of it, and then actually um, have the ability to create life. That's the natural way it happens. So out of respect for people who believe that's the natural way and the way of God, and it's a religious institution, it's been around for thousands of years, we're going to honor those people and say that marriage is unto men and women. And for all of you LGBT community people who feel that you want your legal rights, we'll ensure that you have your rights to have insurance and the same legal rights, and we'll just put it under another title of a civil union. It's through the government, civil union. And that would have sufficed. That would have made both sides happy. Now, there still would have been people on the right that believe in marriage, that even a civil union's wrong, and there still would be the disgruntled LGBT people who would say, no, we want our name, we want marriage. You can't please everybody all the time. The United States Supreme Court screwed up. Why? Because of the majority liberal progressive judges that are in there, which is another problem. If Hillary Clinton becomes the next president of the United States, God forbid, she will appoint all kinds of liberal progressive Supreme Court judges, and America is forever gone. Donald J. Trump will redeem and restore America by putting in conservative Supreme Court justice, the likes of Scalia. So, it's obvious that Hillary Clinton is a criminal and a liar. It's obvious that Donald J. Trump is just a good man, a human being, not perfect, who had a very successful life, and now he's literally putting his life on the line to try to restore America, to try to get rid of the corruption that we're all subject to. So I really do believe that the media is lying. They're putting out false poll numbers. Not only do the corrupt career politicians not want Donald J. Trump to win, because many of them are going to end up in jail, but the media, come on, they are the liberal progressive mouthpiece. They're the ones that spew all the perversion out there. They're the ones that provide money to politicians. They're the ones that are the mouthpieces for politicians. Fox News is just as guilty. CNN, MSNBC, all of them. They're the media. Don't be fooled by the media, folks. Don't listen to a damn thing the media says, or at least take it with a grain of salt and evaluate and use some common sense. But the media certainly lies. They spread lies. They spread propaganda, and they're trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the people. And unfortunately, of course, there are some people in the world that are not very smart, and they're and they are liberal progressives, and they've got no moral fiber, and they don't care about traditional values, and they don't care about God or religion. They don't respect people who are that way. So of course they're going to go the way of the devil, so to speak. They're going to go the way of perversion, immorality. They're going to go the way of free-for-all, anarchy. Anybody who's got a half a brain, who's got a half a sense of decency and morality, understands that Hillary Clinton cannot be the president, and that we do have a problem with corruption in our country, both in politics and in the media, and that the United States needs to be cleaned up. And that's what Donald J. Trump has put himself out there as intending to do. At least, even if he didn't, the mere fact that he's the one that's intending to do that is reason enough to give him a chance. Like he says, what do you got to lose? Let's give the man an opportunity. And if he doesn't do right, then the American people should rise and pull him out of the office along with everybody else and string them all up, by force, by arms, absolutely. Another revolution in the USA, because the corrupt career politicians and the thuggery and the evil is a cesspool of manipulation within our country that's just destroying people, using the media to destroy our youth, pervert the minds of our children and youth, making thugs into heroes, turning music stars into heroes, taking all the sports athletes and turning them into thug imagery. It's a disgrace. Clearly, anybody who has any respect for religion, God, the Bible, Christianity, Judaism, at all of them will be voting for Donald Trump. Women, any and all women who have any sense of maternal being within them. You know, they love children. They have a maternal side. They feel motherly. They feel nurturing. They want to be a good wife, a good partner. They want to be a mother. Any and all of them will vote for Donald J. Trump. The only women, in fact, that would be voting for Hillary Clinton are four-eye, self-righteous, egotistical, academia-minded. They think they're smart and sophisticated, lunatic women who really have no sense of morality. They have no sense of maternal, no motherly, no maternal sense within them whatsoever. They're basically just screwballs. Literally screwballs. The academia has gotten the best of their feminine ego, where they think that they've got the answers, and they know something, because they've lost all sense of maternal being. They've lost all sense of morality. They've lost all sense of being a woman. They've fallen to the women's right movement to the extreme. They are, if not LGBT, they are, extreme women's right movement type women, who are so caught up in this thing about women need to be equal to men or even better than men, that they have no sense of maternal being. They have no sense of morality. They have no sense of being a woman, really. They're just like some academic brain that they're all caught up in some, trip in their head that they think they're with their four-eye glasses and their sophisticated speak because they went to college and got a degree, and they think along the lines of a liberal and a progressive thinking person. Fortunately, I believe most women are not that. That's the fewer women. The majority of women, certainly just about every woman I know who's 30 years of age or older, all the ones I know and all the ones on my Facebook page, and I have 1,500 friends, are all for Trump. The only women I ever see that really even speak in like a blasé kind of, they don't even know way, they're just like a sheeple following the Pied Piper that are supporting Hillary Clinton, are like these young college nerd types, because they're progressive liberals. They have no sense of morality, no sense of maternity. They don't plan on having children. They don't think about the future. They're just all caught up in trying to compete with men and trying to be like a man. And, they think that, oh, wow, Hillary, first woman president, like just because she's a woman. They could care less that she's a criminal and a liar. To you women, I say, wow, fall down on your knees, ask the Creator for forgiveness. Go get a psychologist. Go get help. Talk to your mom and dad. Talk to a friend who's a little older and more wise and mature, and try to figure out your life and your mind. Don't vote. Just stay home. Vote Donald Trump, people. Let's redeem America. Let's get America back. Let's make America great, strong, and decent once again.